Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Side Hustle Crafter. In this video, we're going to make these fun Easter time decorations. There are a lot of materials that I use to make these, so I'm going to walk you through each step. I'm not even sure what I would call these, but they're fun ice cream basket looking Easter decorations, which would be fun just to put out during the holiday or maybe give them away as gifts. Or maybe change them up a little bit, and if you sell crafts, maybe try to sell them. You can make a whole bunch of different colors and put, all different kinds of decorations. So let's get started. I'm starting with some clear glue in a clear small cocktail cup. And we're really going to cover this entire inside of the cup with the glue. Next up, pull out some of your favorite crafting sprinkles, and what we're going to do is just get those coated all on the inside of the cup, and they should be just sticking to the glue nicely. Once that's dried, your next step is going to be to fill the cup. So I made this one pink, so we're going to fill it with some spackle. So I used lightweight spackle, only a little bit, and I mixed it with some acrylic paint, pink colored. So if you don't have any spackle, but you do have some air dry foam clay, if it's soft enough, you could probably add a little glue to your air dry foam clay and try to mix it around and kind of make it like a frosting. And you should be able to spread that, but it definitely has to be soft enough to do that. This I just thought was easy. It was only a tiny bit of spackle. Mix it up and then just spread it around, and then you're going to let that dry completely. Next up, we're going to fill the cup with spray foam. And if you don't have any spray foam, you could also try just cutting a large styrofoam ball in half, filling the cup with some filler, and then gluing the styrofoam ball. But I'm going to try this. Unfortunately, at this point, my bottle was running pretty low, so I wasn't able to get the fullness that I have on the other two that you saw at the beginning of this video. This one ends up being a little bit smaller and uneven, so just make sure if you're going to use this that you definitely have enough in your bottle to make the shape that you like. So I filled it as much as I could, and then I smoothed it out with a popsicle stick, and then this is the result, and I let it dry overnight. So once it's dry completely, I'm just going to trim down some of the edges, and then we're going to cover it. If your styrofoam isn't touching all of your edges completely of the cup, you could always add a little bit of super glue just for some extra security. Next, you're going to take out your air dry foam clay, and you're going to just get a good amount of it, flatten it down, and then you're going to roll it out so that you have enough to cover the top of our ice cream scoop. Then I'm grabbing my clear school glue, and I'm going to add it to the top of the spray foam, and then spread that around. And once I have that done, I'm going to cover with the air dry foam clay, and then just start to mold and shape it, and then we'll trim the excess, and then we'll just keep molding it until it's at a good spot. And once we have it trimmed, I'm adding just a little extra glue around the edges just to make sure it sticks to the cup. So to add some texture to the ice cream scoop, I'm going to use this textured mat and press it right into the air dry foam clay that we just put over the spray foam. Now we're going to cover the ice cream scoop with some clear glue and chunky glitter. So any color glitter you want or any style would be totally fine. Okay, so now we're going to add some chocolate syrup to the top of the ice cream scoop. So to do that, I'm using this Tulip slick paint in like a chocolate color. So what I'll do is just outline first what I'm looking to do and then fill it in with the paint and then spread it around. And you can make yours as large or small as you like. You don't have to use the chocolate color. You could go for a strawberry or white, whatever looks good on the colors you're choosing to make this decoration. And now we're going to make a whipped cream swirl for the top of the ice cream scoop. So to do that, I'm just rolling out a little bit of white air dry foam clay, and I'm using a piping tip, and I'm just going to basically push the clay in and just keep pushing it out until it's long enough for me to form a little dollop of what would be whipped cream on the top of the ice cream scoop. And then once we have that rolled up into a little swirl, I'm going to make some extra space in the middle of it because the next step we're going to add some bunny ears to the top. So I just want to have a nice space to add those bunny ears right into the center. And for the bunny ears, I'm going to use a cookie cutter, but you can try to form the bunny ears by hand if you don't have a cookie cutter. And then I'm just using a little bit of plastic wrap to go on top of my air dry foam clay because that will help the shape come out a little bit puffy to make the ears. And then we're gonna add white to the ears. So I'll just take a paintbrush, the end of it, and just push down onto the ears just so I have a little placeholder to add the white clay right into these sections. Now you can add some glue to the bottom of those ears and place them right in that swirl where we made that extra space. And if the chocolate syrup hasn't dried yet, you can take this swirl and put it right on top of the scoop. If it has dried, you're going to want to put some glue on the bottom of the swirl. I would recommend some clear glue and super glue and try to get that to stick down. Now we're going to add some sprinkles to the chocolate syrup. And again, if your syrup has dried, you're just going to want to put some glue on that to get the sprinkles to stick. But my chocolate syrup hadn't dried yet, so these stuck down pretty well. And then I'm just going to top it with some fine white glitter. Next up, if you want to add a little cute bunny face, you definitely can do that. I just made this by hand with some air dry foam clay. Just a couple circles of clay, pushed down on that, and made the little nose and a square tooth. And then for the whiskers, I'm going to add chocolate sprinkles, some crafting sprinkles. So I'm using my tweezers to add some holes here and then just get the sprinkles right in there. And you can definitely explore different ways to do all of these steps. Hopefully this video is just inspiring you and maybe, sparking some ideas for your decorations. And I also used a small silicone mold to make this white bow. So next step, we're going to use some super glue and get that on the back of each of these, the little face and the bow, and get these glued down to the ice cream scoop. And then we're going to make two little eyes, and then that should be it for your face. Next up, we're going to add what would be the handle of an Easter basket. And to do this, I'm using, I think these are called pipe cleaners. So I'm just going to make my marks on the side and then go in with the toothpick to make the holes large enough to fit the pipe cleaner in. And so we'll add a little super glue to secure those. And I would definitely recommend not holding these crafts by the pipe cleaner when you're done. It's more just for looks and just the decoration of it. Now I'm going to add a little bit of fake candy to the top of the whipped cream swirl. So this is a fun little container of candies. I did get this on Amazon. I will list it in the description if you wanted to take a look at it. But I'm just going to use a few of these, and I'm going to use some super glue to glue them down. And once everything has dried completely, you can add a layer of resin if you want to protect, the scoop and all your decorations, or you could do like a spray, a shine spray, like a finishing spray. So that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I really hope that it inspires you to get your crafts out and start crafting. And if you're a super beginner crafter and want to look into using air dry foam clay, you can check out in the description. I do have a free guide. It just has a few tips to get started with air dry foam clay. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and share it out. Also, don't forget to follow on social media. Thank you so much for watching.